we should have our notebooks out. Got attendance done. All right, we have a math bell ringer here. We're gonna do some flux core arc welding today. I'm gonna show you guys how to do vertical up. But before we get to that, I wanna go through the math problem. It says, what is your heat input if you're welding with flux core arc welding at 25 volts, 220 amps, and a travel speed of 12 inches per minute? Use the following formula. All right, who worked it out? What'd you get? It is Bravo, yes. So if you look, you just plug and play, right? 25 volts, 220 amps times 60. What's the 60 about? Yeah, 60 seconds per minute, right? And then IPM stands for inches per minute. That's how fast you make the weld. All right, why does this matter? Yes, so heat input. When you're on a job, like if you're welding some high yield pipe, it has a higher carbon content, so we have to preheat things. And then we have to monitor our heat input, because if it cools too quickly, it could potentially crack. So we need to monitor heat input. But heat input is measured in kilojoules. That's a form of energy. That's how we measure it. So in actuality, when I'm doing that on a job, when I'm inspecting, I'll take a multimeter and I'll hook it up to your welding stinger and I'll get your amperage. Then I'll take the red probe, I'll stick it in the lug of your stinger and I'll get the voltage. Then I'll take a stopwatch while you're welding and I'll time you. I'll take a tape measure, measure your weld length, I'll do the division, and then I'll get an inches per minute. I'll take your volts and amp settings, jam the formula and divide it by the inches per minute, and then that's how I get the heat input. On a lot of like stainless jobs where they're TIGging, that it's super critical. Like if you're on like duplex stainless, it really matters. So, all right, questions on the bell ringer. Okay, if you didn't yet, there's 3 sheets here. I have an exit ticket for you. There's a welding procedure and some acceptance standards. So if you didn't grab them yet, go ahead and grab those. And I'm gonna show you a demo here. Morning, Brooklyn, how you doing? How was your weekend? Good. So who can tell me why we do welder certification? What do you got, Cole?
Prove that we can actually do what we say we can do.
Exactly, right? No, we need to prove that we can make sound welds. Good answer. What's another answer? Who has anything else? What do you got, Logan? There it is. Employment, yes. These certifications are critical for those high skill, high wage, in demand jobs. This is the game changer for you. The more you can pad your resume with these, this is the quickest way to a good paying job, a new pickup with a sled in the back. So these welder certifications are important. We've been doing weld tests. So I have a couple examples here. Here's a plate that's mocked up, right? It's tacked up, 1/4 inch root opening. We can pass this around. That's a decent weld. It's not a perfect weld. Remember, this is called a soundness test, not a perfection test. I'm gonna start going through your exit ticket, so you should have something to write with. Number 1, we should know by now. What does that stand for? Who can tell me? There it is, flux core arc welding. People, when they're first learning, it feels natural to hold the stinger like this, vertically up and down. The problem with that is it's kind of hard to manipulate the welding gun as you do that. I like to hold the stinger to where it's parallel with the table, and you can oscillate a lot easier. So just watch the weld pool. You don't want to jump out in front of it. Just a slight side-to-side oscillation. When I chip that off, especially doing vertical or overhead, I like to put my hood down so I don't get the slag down my shirt. Take your brush, take a look at it, make sure that you have no undercut. Okay, we did all right. Does anybody have any other questions as far as what we're working on? The rest of the time is yours. Grab a welding hood, get your PPE on, hop into a booth, have at it. I'll come check you out. How are you doing? Did you get them cut?
Yep, I got them cut.
Okay. What are you working on?
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. All right, well, I'll let you have at it. Yes.
Aluminum or steel?
That's aluminum. You feel the density?
All right.
Yeah, it's light, right?
Sweet.
You're gonna hold the gun like, just like that. Don't wiggle too much. Try to stay on that 90. See, there was me, there was you initially, there's me helping you. You just gotta get comfortable and find that consistency. Make sense?